Coming up on today's Airborne, the Searey Elite Sport Elite Amphibious airplane is ready for takeoff. The FAA tells Santa Monica it must operate its airport through at least 2023. And a Southwest 737 lands at a wrong airport in Missouri. Welcome to Airborne on Aero-TV, coming to you from the Sport Aviation Expo in Sebring, Florida. I'm Ashley Hale. Well, just in time for Sebring, the FAA certified the Searey Light Sport Amphibious Airplane Elite version.
Adam, it's opening day at Sebring 2014, and despite the fact that it's a little brisk outside, there's a lot of really neat things that are kind of warming people up as we go along, and one of them is the Progressive Aerodyne Searey Elite, 914 power. Tell us all about it.
Okay, thank you for having me here, and it's correct. The 914 is more powerful. It's a 115 horsepower instead of 100 horsepower Rotax engine to our sport version. So it's have an upgrade in interior, and also it has a larger GPS, and also with a carbon fiber hull.
What's the price going to be like, and how long is it going to take to get one if I give you a check right now?
Okay, if you give me a check right now, I can deliver that in 4 months. The price is $144,000. That includes most of the options already.
I notice that you've got a pretty snazzy paint scheme on there and all. You say this is a standard paint scheme?
That's correct. This is our standard paint scheme, but we have another 5 to choose from, which you can go a little bit lively and more sportier.
What are some of the other options available for the Searey Elite?
The other options are basically the touch screen GPS and also the seawater treatment.
Adam, thanks so much, and I can't wait to fly this thing. Let's go.
Okay, let's go flying. Yeah.
The city of Santa Monica, California, has been told in no uncertain terms by the FAA that they cannot close their airport for redevelopment until 2023. And likely not ever. This according to communications sent by the agency to city government. The agency says that the city failed to bring the suit in a timely fashion. The lawsuit, which involves a recorded real estate instrument, was signed by the plaintiff over 65 years ago. It's a complicated case, but the bottom line is that the FAA said the statute of limitations ran out 12 years after the instrument was introduced. The FAA also argued that the case is, quote, unripe because of the continued use of the land as an active airport. The FAA is sticking to its guns on the fact that when an airport sponsor accepts federal money for an airport, it's obligated to continue operating the airport. This was definitely a bad day for 2 Southwest Airlines pilots. Their flight from Chicago to Branson, Missouri last Sunday got close, but landed by mistake at Taney County Airport, about 7 miles from its intended destination of Branson Airport. The Taney County runway is listed as 3,738 feet long, where Branson is nearly twice as long. The runway at Taney County ends at a steep embankment, and there was some concern that the plane might go over the edge and on to US Highway 65. The passengers and their luggage were bused to Branson Airport as the FAA and the NTSB began to look into how the mistake was made. You're watching Airborne from the Sport Aviation Expo in Sebring, Florida. More in a moment.
A real airplane, not just a toy. The Airplane Factory Sling is a high-performance two-place LSA that fits the needs of private individuals, flight schools, and flying clubs alike, and has been called one of the best handling LSAs on the market. Check it out at www.airplanefactory.com. Are you ready for the next generation of light sport airplanes? Check out the all-new Bristol. Fun, fast, and easy to fly. Learn more at www.bristol.com. Get there faster and in true Italian style. The P2008 Turbo by Tecnam, the ultimate high-wing LSA, now available with the silky smooth Rotax 914 Turbo. www.tecnam.net. ADS-B will be mandatory for most aircraft by 2020 in the United States, but you can benefit from ADS-B today. with the Bendix King KT-74 Mode S transponder. The KT-74 meets the global mandates for ADS-B out when attached to a suitable WAAS GPS.
Welcome back. If you'd like to suggest a story for Airborne, Aero-TV, our website, or podcast, drop us an email to news-spy@aero-news.net. The new Rotax 912IS is getting even better with a software improvement. Jim Campbell reports.
Dean, opening day at Sebring, lots going on, and it's the first 2 years of the 912IS in operation. You're learning a lot. The biggest thing is the first major software upgrade for the engine. Tell us what happened.
Basically, they've culminated or collected a lot of things over the last couple of years that they've learned, just reports back from the field, decided on some things they wanted to change in the software and the ECU, so they came out with the first flash, and that just got released here in the last couple of days, so we're starting to do some of the first airplanes. Anybody that's here at the show this week, we're trying to catch them if they've got this engine before they leave, and it's really pretty much a painless process. We can hook up to an airplane and get it done right here on the ramp, or if somebody doesn't want to make the trip, they can pull the ECU, send it to us. We have bench equipment. We can do it right there and send it right back to them. And it's a pretty easy, painless process.
What changes can they expect?
A couple changes. One is the fault logs will be reduced because the ECU is being taught how to not look at things during startup that would normally trigger a fault that really aren't an issue because it's just startup. Another one is they're changing some responses as far as how lean the engine runs versus temperature, especially at idle. Some other changes that are occurring too, but they're they're going to be transparent to the owner.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Aeromarine-LSA announced the first U.S. flight of its new Zigolo SSDR concept motor glider. The Zigolo is an FAA Part 103 compliant, single-seat, deregulated ultralight aircraft. This means it does not require any pilot's license, medical registration, or certification to fly it. The Zigolo is powered by a 25-horsepower gasoline engine, and an electric-powered option is close to completion. The Zigolo is available in a classic kit for $14,500. The price includes the engine, propeller, and a complete aircraft rescue parachute system. The build time is only 100 hours. An almost ready-to-fly aircraft is built by Zigolo, disassembled, and shipped in a crate. It takes about an afternoon to assemble. The backseat breeze in the AirCam is now tempered by a new enclosure. Jim Campbell has the details.
George, it's a kind of a frosty day here on the first day of Sebring 2014. Not everybody enjoys the wind in the face as much as you or I might be, and the bugs in the teeth and all. So the partial enclosure for the more temperately inclined passengers, a really good idea. Tell us what this program has done.
Okay, first of all, it decreased the amount of wind in the back seat for our passengers. It increased the speed a little bit. It's aerodynamic. The cost of it is $4,490, and we can have a kit available for you in 30 days.
As I understand, it's a straight bolt-on installation. You can even get it painted before it ships out?
We'll paint the strips to match your airplane if you desire.
And what's the feedback like so far of the 5 that are in the field?
We're getting real good response. In fact, some of the women wouldn't ride prior to the enclosure on some of our trips. So it's working out very well.
So Lockwood is now bringing marriages back together.
That's for sure.
Thank you, sir.
You're watching Airborne at the Sport Aviation Expo in Sebring, Florida. More after these messages.
CubCrafters is unique in that we can design, prototype, and certify and put into production an aircraft. There aren't very many companies in the world that can make that claim.
Explore no-limits flying in the newly FAA-certified Searey Elite Amphibious LSA. Progressive Aerodyne Searey Elite with a Rotax 914 turbocharged engine is equally at home on the ground, in the air, or on the water. Check it out at www.searey.com. Powering the next generation of LSAs, Renegade Light Sport introduces the amazing LF26, 4-cylinder, water-cooled, direct-drive, fuel-injected 91-horsepower D-motor aircraft engine. And yes, there is a 6-cylinder version in development. The aviation industry is far too automated and impersonal. Levels of care, service, and focus on customers have faded. Concierge provides premier customer care, leading our industry on a return to service. Find us at www.concierge.aero.
Welcome back to Airborne at the Sport Aviation Expo in Sebring, Florida. I'm Ashley Hale. Well, Rands showed up with a sweet-looking side-by-side seating tail dragger. Jim Campbell has the details.
Randy's trying to stay warm on the first day of Sebring. One of the bright, shiny things that tends to make us feel a little warmer right off the bat is the brand new S-20 Raven. Tell us about it.
The Raven is an aircraft built kind of for the growing crowd, and I mean growing bigger, harder to get.
I resemble that remark.
You resemble that remark? I didn't say anything. It's a plane that's easier to get in and out of, that can cruise at about 115 to 120 miles an hour, carry 600 pounds, fly for 4.5 hours. And we can sell that to you in the kit form in the 25 range and in the ready to fly in 110 to 112 range.
And why'd you do this?
Because we needed a plane that I go to air shows and people struggle to get in and out of airplanes and look for where they're going to put their stuff. And they wanted an airplane also that can, if they change their mind about something, because this converts from a trike to a tail dragger. So it kind of fills a lot of needs that we've been gathering over the years. The Coyote and the Courier, both fine aircraft, but the Courier's never been side by side and the Coyote's never been an all steel cage. So we took that opportunity to bring in some other elements at the same time.
I heard you say it was the best of the S6 and best of the S7. That's a lot of best. Did you meet your goal?
I think we actually created an aircraft that's going to be, well, like some people say, legendary, and it'll have probably the synergy of those bests coming together and creating something more than the sum of the total.
Thanks so much.
CubCrafters has announced the appointment of Innovation Aircraft Sales as its new certified sales center for the Midwestern United States. IAS is now the exclusive authorized dealer for new and pre-owned CubCrafter aircraft, including the Sport Cub S2 and Carbon Cub SS-LSA models. Innovation's territory includes North and South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Southern Illinois, and most of Nebraska. The company is based at Creve-Coeur Airport in St. Louis, Missouri. Along with new and pre-owned CubCrafter aircraft, Innovation also sells and brokers pre-owned aircraft from other brands. Randy Lervold, general manager at CubCrafters, said, quote, "We feel fortunate that IAS and company have decided to bring their expertise to the territory," end quote. A scholarship program from the Abingdon Company has already yielded exciting results. The It's About Time Scholarship is overseen by the Abingdon Company each year and awards a full registration to the Women in Aviation Conference held in March, round-trip airfare and lodging during the conference. Seminar attendance is included and multiple networking opportunities abound. Applicants are not required to be pilots or in the aviation industry. The goal is simply to invite and inspire someone to see the full scope of aviation. Abingdon's criteria is simple. Tell or show why you deserve to go. The applicants can decide the format for their application. Abingdon's Chelsea Welch says that the respondents have had stickers designed, essays written, and videos shot. The entrant that exhibits the most passion is selected. Creativity and multiple submissions are encouraged. Abingdon is currently accepting scholarship submissions with a deadline of January 31st. They promise to announce the winner by February 10th. Well, that's our program. Remember, you can get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. And please remember, Airborne is streamed twice weekly and is always online. I'm Ashley Hale, reporting to you from the Sport Aviation Expo in Sebring, Florida. Thanks for watching.